and welcome to Live Screening's International Short Film Festival. We are live and we are also virtual. And sitting in with me today will be one of the filmmakers, and I will introduce you to her at the end, and then she will stay with me the entire time. So we had 23 films submitted. This month, actually the last 2 months, we selected 7 of the films. Some of them were selected from last 2 months ago, so they were hangovers. I had about 9 films that were good enough to be in the festival, and those will be in 2 months from now. I have filmmakers that come in. So what is Live Screenings? Live Screenings is a film festival screening which shows films from around the world. And some of the filmmakers, one of them is around the world, and he's in the waiting room right now to come in after we show his film. The films that we are showing, let me just go through those really quickly. And we have Daughter, Father, Food Forest. That's from Claremont, right? Claremont, Florida. So that'd be the United States. We have Forever, and that is from Ireland. And then we have one called, what is it called? Still? Yes. And that is from, I think, Greece. Then we have one called Toxic or Oxico, which I think that's the language. And I'm not sure where that one is from. We have Year Mates, and I'm not sure where that one is from. And then we also have, that one's from South Africa. And then we have Saving Seals, which is from South Africa. And then we have our last one, which will be Punk Floyd, which should be very interesting, kind of a Pink Floyd-ish kind of thing. We do have people in here, so I will be talking to them occasionally. To get started, Katie Kamala, is that how you pronounce your middle name? Your middle name, right?
Katie Kamala Haley.
Kamala Haley, and we're gonna watch your film right now. It is called.
First?
Yes, you are first.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
She's right here next to me. There she is, right there. We'll talk to her in just a minute. And this is called Daughter, Father, Food Forest? Daughter, Father, Food Forest?
That's right. I put me first.
Oh, you did.
I got top billing.
You did. So let's get to this. It's going to be a little bit loud just for this first one. No. When we have this one little segment, maybe I'll have a shorter segment. That gives me enough time to show the next film. So there's a lot of jockeying. I'm doing both of it. So enjoy it. It's Daughter, Father, Food Forest, and enjoy. I don't have time. I have to go with the louder one. Here we go.
Change. It seems good when you choose it, and bad when it descends upon your life unasked for. I was living in South Florida in a luxury apartment on the ocean. I owned my own business, and life was good. This is a story of how change disrupted my status quo, and suddenly my old life was over. My father and I were not that close. We got along fine, but I left home at 18 and we didn't have much in common. When I asked him if I could build a food forest in his backyard, 200 miles away, he was surprised. He didn't even know what that meant. I'd been dreaming about this project for a long time, buying a small piece of land, building a tiny house, and growing my own food. I had a small plot in the community garden, which was my only experience.
How do you feel about your regular nice neighborhood land here, which is beautiful, but turning it into a food forest?
I'm good with it.
You're happy?
I'm happy with it.
And then everything here from now on is going to be either food or medicine. We are going to be the only person in this neighborhood that has a food forest. It's very exciting.
Very exciting.
So the next step, we went to the farm store and got a Jerome. I told him he doesn't have to go to the gym now that we're doing the farm. How you doing, Jerome? Farmer Jerome. But I found out through my dad that farming runs in our family. My great-grandfather was a farmer in Iowa. And they came from Ireland or Quebec? They went from Ireland to Iowa. You don't want me to film you while you're putting your shoes on?
Yeah, that part out.
You're not like me, you don't like wearing your sandals in the...
No, you get dirty, man.
I get really dirty. I like getting dirty.
But I have to weed whack anything.
I like getting dirty, but I have really strange tan lines on my feet. I do. It's the best part about having the food forest.
Eating fresh fruits and vegetables is the best part.
In the process, during this year and a half, my father and I have come to know and understand each other much better. Working together each day and creating something of value, co-creating with nature. I even started a nonprofit with a mission to help other people build their own backyard food forest. There's a famous quote by Gandhi that says, "Be the change you want to see in the world." And that is what we are doing. Sometimes I miss my old life, but I realize there is no going back.
And we have the filmmaker here. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Katie, where are you? There you are.
Right here.
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
So Katie, and if you all have any questions, by all means, go ahead and ask. We have to. I'll be talking here, so, and you'll see both of me physically. So Katie, where did this film come from? I mean, this is your life, right?
Yeah, this is my life. And I actually made that film for a short film festival at the Melrose Center in Orlando, which I've been taking a lot of classes there for filmmaking stuff. I did go to film school, but this wasn't like I would call one of my official films. I have I have a big documentary out now, well, big according to me, but that's screening in some bigger film festivals. But this was a personal project, and what's interesting is I sent this off to some festivals just for the fun of it because, why not? And I'm getting a great response. And I think it's because it's really a big movement that's going on. So I consider myself, that's how we met, because of the food forest. And it's a big project. And really it's become, I think it's the most important thing I'm doing in my life, the bigger mission of it.
Right. And this is very personal to you. I mean, this is about you and having a relationship with your father.
Yeah,
right?
Oh, that's true.
And I have met Jerome,
Yes.
and I met your mother too. And since it's personal, maybe that's why people gravitate towards it. Or you're saying it's because that this is a movement of people planting and growing their own foods, correct?
That's true. And the lady that called me yesterday from a film festival in New York, she said, I thought she was calling from my other documentary. And she said, oh no, I'm calling about the food forest. She said, we're going to show it. It's a big outdoor festival. And I love the story with you and your dad. So
All
that's
right.
what she said.
All right. There is a movement, it seems like, for people to grow their own foods too. I mean, you alluded to that earlier.
Yes.
I mean, you're doing it. You did it way before COVID, right? Or
It
did
was
you?
during.
Okay.
It was during COVID. I made the choice to leave South Florida, which I think was a good choice. I'd been down there for 10 years and I had a very successful business, but the way the pandemic was going, and I always listened to my intuition, and I heard the inner voice say, your time in South Florida is coming to an end, which I was surprised, but I just graduated from film school and it seemed like the good time to go. And I really wasn't living a sustainable life. I had a lot of expenses and I wasn't, I had a nice life down there, but I really wasn't living the life I wanted to live as things were changing. And I felt very disempowered to just have to go to the grocery store to get my own food. And even though I said I was brand new at this, which is true, but I have a background in plants, medicinal plants. I had an aromatherapy company for 18 years in Orlando. And I've been using plants for healing. And I had a very deep desire to be sustainable, not just as a buzzword, but as the truth of my being. And I wanted to have a homestead, and we're working towards that now. I didn't go into all the details there because it was more in the beginning, but rain barrels and, solar and doing things to be sustainable. I doubt we'll be able to live completely off the grid, but we're going to be in a much better position than when I started there 2 years ago.
Right. You said sustainable and empowering yourself, which are great words. Questions, comments from anybody?
And I'm sorry because we came in late. And where is this farm?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
It's in Mineola, which is next to Claremont, Florida.
Claremont, Florida, Lake County. Yeah. And you also talked to Marcia.
I have a question. What is the neighborhood thing?
What is the neighborhood thing?
Your picture looks like you were next door to you picked your lawn and you're just on the other side of the fence. I was wondering whether there's been any comment or.
No, we live I really like the neighborhood. My parents moved from a country club community because my mom just didn't like that, a gated community, or else this would have never happened. And we're off of Turkey Farm Road, which was farmland, but then it was developed into a neighborhood. But there's not a strict homeowners association, and everybody there just kind of lives and lets live. And, really, the few of the neighbors have come over and I've given them tours, but no problems.
There's a follow-up to that is that where I live, they discourage anything about any fruits because they bring in rodents according to them. So the question is that any part of what you had to deal with?
The rodents.
Wildlife.
No, and I think that's something like I call like an urban myth. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but I think it's something that keeps repeating itself, as many things do, until it becomes part of the consciousness of, oh yeah, I sold a house in Orlando I had for 18 years and I did have some fruit trees growing. And the first thing the new owners did was cut them down. Next door neighbors, we had some people and they were Spanish and they were really into growing some, they had papayas, they had some things and we were friendly with them. Well, as soon as the new people came in, they cut down all the papaya trees. There's no rodents and if there was, I wouldn't care. I would get some cats. I actually want a cat, but my dad won't let me have one. He won't let me have any pets. I said, and I thought of these little dwarf rabbits, and he said, we already have rabbits in the backyard. He won't let me have any.
They are there anyway. This is a neighborhood.
Yeah.
That just a small, whatever, 1/3 acre lot. And the other thing is, rats are anywhere there are humans. So with or without foods.
I was just going like the opposite.
But you're right. People say that. No, they say that a lot. People do.
And in the state of Florida, you can actually grow your own foods. So that is a state law that was passed.
See, this is our
a few years ago.
lawmaker coming. I was wondering about that. That is a state law that you can grow your own food.
I'm going to pull you closer to me because you're going to be part of this for the remainder.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Also, have you seen that program on PBS? It's on Saturday mornings. It's called Growing a Greener World.
No.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
Saturday mornings have some great PBS shows.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All about this kind of
Great.
living.
I would love to see that.
There's a woman in Maine we saw who just wanted to be more secluded, and she bought a go to farm, but you got chicken, he sells some chicken.
Yeah.
And there's maple sap on it, it's in Maine.
Beautiful.
And Islands
It wasn't
Without
so
Stars, there's a
cold.
bunch of programs, but yeah, but Growing a Greener World reminded me. 'Cause we just
Growing a Greener
finished
World, I'm gonna write
watching-
that down.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that guy is great. He
All
goes
the shows
over.
on Saturday morning from 10 till about 12:30, 1 o'clock. Is it channel 2 or 15?
15.
It's
Daytona State.
NPR, yeah, PBS. Growing a Greener World. Wow,
Yeah,
great.
that's amazing too.
Can I just have one
One more. If
The scene with your dad putting on his shoes. I was just thinking about that and just saying, it could have been superfluous or not, but you made a decision and like on second thought, it really like put a playfulness to your relationship. It kind of brought that out. Was that the intent of that scene or?
No, these weren't really scenes. These were just, I put together so much footage I had been taking. I didn't really have an intention to have, and he was mad at me because he said, I'm wearing my worst shorts and look at this. And this is now people are seeing all this. It really wasn't the intention to make that, but it turned out that way. But we do laugh a lot. And you know, you're saying about the, watching things, and I'm trying to get more people from watching things because people enjoy watching stuff to actually doing them.
Doing it.
But it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. It's the hardest thing I've ever enjoyed doing.
Well, perfect. We're going to move on to
Okay.
the next film.
All right.
I've got Katie here with me. I've got Marcia. I have Vern. I have Kathy and Steve. And I know all these people here too. Vern is
Now you do.
the first. I do know Vern.
We're your fans, thanks.
So we're going to move to the next film, and the next film comes to us. It is Stephen Ford. It's called Forever. It's from Ireland. The second time I watched it was this morning, and it was so good. So here we go. It is called, and it's going to be a little bit loud. Sorry, guys and gals. And it still didn't give me enough time. Where are we? Forever. Here we go.
Come on.
Oh no, it's cold. It's late. It's wet. No, what? No, stop. No, what are you? That's freezing. Oh no, it's not. Oh no. Oh no.
And we are back forever from Stephen. Let me make sure I get this one off. Anytime that there is ocean in a film, I love oceans. Comments from anybody?
Sweet.
Yeah,
That's my first word.
sweet.
What was your word? Sweet?
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, reminds me of the only film I was ever in. It was short. The director is fairly, I mean, he does a lot of info for cities in North Carolina that take place. We entered it into a 3-minute film festival called Food and Cake Festival during Christmas time. And it's kind of like a Charles Dickens in really poor rural. And is there any way, maybe you could show us?
Sure. I'll have to find it first.
It's hard to find. Every year it gets harder on the internet to find.
Have the film maker send it to me, and we'll see if we can
Okay,
get them on there.
okay, but it was sweet, like this film, just got you, right?
Very few words in it. I think the only words that were at the beginning. There were like 2 or 3 lines. All right, moving along. This next one is called Still. I think I have it. I don't think that's the name of it. Actually, it is Phoenix. That's what the name of the film is. And I do not have the film maker with us. Maybe he or she will come in. So enjoy. This is called Phoenix, and enjoy.
Για πες, τι θα γίνεις άμα μεγαλώσεις?
Όταν μεγαλώσει θα γίνω
Όχι, δεν είπαμε αυτό. Τι είπαμε θα γίνεις? Τι είπαμε, για θυμίσου. Για πες, τι είπαμε θα γίνεις? Όχι ηθοποιός, τι δεν είπαμε θα γίνεις?
Μαρίνα, νομίζω δεν έχεις καταλάβει. Από την καταθέσα του σπίτι, θα κύλησε το κομμένα.
Την άνοιξη, αν δεν τη δεις, τη φτιάχνεις. Ναι, τη φτιάχνεις. Κάθε φορά και από την αρχή. Όλο και πιο ποτισμένη. Ναι, τη φτιάχνεις. Με εκείνα τα χρώματα που σημαίνουν αρμονία και με εκείνες τις λέξεις που δηλώνουν αρχή. Ναι, τη φτιάχνεις. Με εκείνο το φως που μπορεί να σου δώσει παράδεισο και με εκείνα τα λουλούδια που μυρίζουν ζωή. Ναι, τη φτιάχνεις.
Ναι, γεια σας, τηλεφωνώ για την αγγελία. Όχι, δεν είμαι ηθοποιός, έχω κάνει κάτι σεμινάρια παλιά. Ναι, έχω ετοιμάσει ένα μονόλογο. Αύριο στις 2 δουλεύω. Όχι. Εντάξει, στις 2. Ευχαριστώ. Γεια σας.
Με εκείνα τα όνειρα που θα σε γεμίσουν υποσχέσεις και με εκείνα τα χαμόγελα που θα σου δείξουν πώς πρέπει να ζεις. Γιατί αν δεν κουβαλάς την άνοιξη μέσα σου, πρέπει να μάθεις να τη χτίζεις. Από το χειρότερο σκοτάδι στο πιο λαμπερό φως. Μην την αφήσεις ποτέ να φύγει. Διότι όσο πιο δυνατά μπαίνει αυτή, τόσο πιο εύκολα διώχνει τους χειμώνες από την καρδιά σου. Να την αγαπάς την άνοιξη. Να της δίνεις γεύσεις λοιπόν, σαν εκείνη τη βαριά και γλυκιά που μόνο έρωτας μπορεί να δώσει. Και μη στεναχωριέσαι αν ξαφνικά χαθεί η απλά σου έρθει, διότι την άνοιξη αν δεν τη βρεις, τη φτιάχνεις.
what I liked so much about that one was Find the Spring. I loved how they talked about winter and spring and all the seasons. Yeah. What'd you think?
That was a great film, and from a filmmaker's point of view, the editing, the cinematography, everything, not too much dialogue. It was really well done. European films have such a sensibility to them. That's why I always like to go to see them. They don't just want to shoot off guns and kill everybody like American films
sensibility to them. Yes, they do have
a certain aesthetic. I love it. I love that film. Well, bravo, well done.
Yeah.
Where was it
Greece, to my understanding. Yes, I did not look it up. I could have. Sorry. Anyway. Let's move on to the next film. We've got some more coming up here. The next one is what is the next one? Yes. The next one is Oxico, which I think is toxic. And yes, and this one is actually another foreign film, and I do not know where it's from. So sorry for that. I will look it up for you.
Google it.
Yeah.
Gilberto, você tá calado. Daqui uns 10, 15 minutos eu tenho um novo paciente. Você quer deixar para o próximo?
Não. Eu nem devia estar aqui. Eu só vi porque eu fraquejei. É que ficava me lembrando da minha infância, até eu socar um.
Foi essa agressividade que te fez me procurar?
Não, a minha cunhada, Clara, ela falou que eu vim aqui era o único jeito de eu salvar minha pele.
Salvar de quê?
De duas coisas, né? De ser preso ou de perder meu casamento.
Bom, já temos duas questões bastante importantes aqui, então. Você quer falar de qual primeiro?
Imagina a primeira. Eu ser preso por agressão. Eu, o cara que, sabe, separava a briga no pátio do colégio quando era criança. Deixa quieto, eu tô pensando à toa, é perda de tempo aqui.
Você se considera uma pessoa calma, então?
Total, quanto que eu te devo?
Fica tranquilo, Gilberto, é só uma primeira sessão.
Tranquilo não tô, mulher, me ajuda.
Bom, ou eu posso... Seu casamento?
Não, mas daí já não tem salvação, não. Eu não vou ficar baixando minha cabeça pra mulher, sabe? Não, eu vou chegar em casa, que nem meus tios falavam, eu vou passar de viadinho, sabe? Não dá, tem que manter o status.
Status?
Isso daí que eu te falei. Tem esses caras que ficam criando essas mulheres alfas por aí, tá ligado? Tá maluca, essas ideias.
Eu tô maluca.
Não você, mas pô, você concorda, né? Menino veste azul e menina veste rosa, né? Tá certo que outro dia eu fui incriminado, né? Porque eu fui zoar uma prima minha, ela tem uns 40 e poucos anos, é solteirona. Sobre ele, falei, porra, que sapatona, né? Aí pronto, aí desceram essa rata também.
E você acredita nessas afirmações?
Porra, obviamente, né? O meu pai já dizia que homem tem que ser macho. Tem que ver futebol de domingo, tem que comer a mulherada. Se o cara não faz nada disso, pô, você abre o olho que o cara tá jogando outro time, né?
E quem joga em outro time? É um problema?
Não. Quer dizer, eu tenho até amigos que jogam em outro time, mas, né? A gente não mistura pra não dar problema, sabe? Você concorda?
Não.
Inclusive, penso que tem uma questão aí. Você joga em outro time?
Não, desculpa as palavras, eu tô nervoso porque a Débora vai embora. Então.
Ok. Vamos voltar. Quem é Débora?
A Débora é o motivo de eu estar aqui, ela é minha esposa. Mas ela vai embora por pouca coisa.
Pouca coisa?
Ela viu uma mensagem ou outra que eu troquei com uma amiga dela, mas ela não devia ter mexido no meu celular para mais conversa.
Toma o pé dela.
Partes, porque o celular era meu, não era pra ter mexido.
Se você mexesse no dela.
Pra ver o que? Dancinha e vídeo de maquiagem? Ela não ia me querer.
E você atraiu?
Mais ou menos, né? É que ela não tava dando conta e eu sou homem. A Tati tava dando bola, cara.
Quem é Tati?
Tati é uma amiga dela que vive lá em casa, mas enfim, não rolou nada.
E você queria que tivesse rolado?
Agora não, sabe? Só de ler as mensagens já. Aí, pô, tudo bem que eu revidei, eu posso ter passado um pouquinho do ponto e tal, mas enfim, agora já foi.
Entendi. Você reconhece que passou do ponto.
Claro, minha cunhada, ela me deu os toques.
Que tipo de toque?
Ela falou que a Débora vai se mudar. Ela tá pensando até em pegar um apartamento no litoral.
E isso fez você querer mudar?
Pro litoral?
Não. De comportamento.
Não sei. Pro cara mais amor que tem eu, assim, minha vida virou de ponta cabeça, sabe? Eu posso ser preso ou perder o casamento.
E qual das duas coisas mais te preocupam?
Os dois eu tô na merda, mas perder a Débora seria o fim, sabe?
Então ela realmente é importante pra você.
É. A gente se conheceu na infância, sabe? E tava tudo bem, mas não dá pra viver no mesmo teto de uma pessoa tão dependente, confiante de si. O meu papel de provedor onde fica? Aí perde sentido.
Então, deixa eu ver se eu entendi. As conquistas dela te incomodam.
De certa forma, porque às vezes eu só quero chegar em casa e ter uma janta pronta, sabe? Mas aí ela fala que ela tá cansada, que a gente tem que dividir as tarefas e... Pô, eu sou homem, né? Esse tipo de coisa acaba... abalando o pai aqui.
E há quanto tempo isso te incomoda?
Já faz uns 4 meses, desde que ela conseguiu uma promoção no trabalho, agora ela é diretora internacional. Mas, enfim, não é uma questão de trabalho.
Não é o trabalho.
Não. Quer dizer, eu também tenho os meus trabalhos, né? Eu faço aí meus freelas, mas não é nada internacional, sabe? Mas é que... Poxa, eu tive que abrir mão de tanta coisa, sabe? Eu até apoiei ela, mas agora eu tenho que esquentar minha própria comida. Eu tive que abrir mão do futebol das quartas-feiras, bebendo uma gelada com meus amigos, sabe?
E você já pensou que ela também teve de abrir mão de outras coisas? Você acha isso justo?
Abrir mão, e eu não, né? Eu não abri mão de nada. É difícil, né? Abri mão de um monte de coisa. Mas meu pai, meus irmãos... E sem falar que nenhuma metidinha, sabe? Durante a semana, nenhuma... Nada, seca, total.
Entendi. E você já pensou em perguntar pra ela se ela está satisfeita sexualmente ou você não teve essa empatia?
Peraí, eu sou homem, né? Eu tenho as necessidades. Só que eu broxar e sair de traidor, sabe? Ainda é demais.
Será mesmo, Gilberto? Fala mais sobre isso.
Eu nunca ganhei a Débora, tá? Ela é tudo pra mim, mas eu tô bancando o secretário da casa. Tô passando vergonha, sabe? Eu pego o elevador com as diaristas do prédio. Parece que as pessoas ficam sabendo, sabe? Parece que fica estampado na minha testa. Frouxo, baitola.
E você é um dos dois?
Pô, por menos que isso que eu soquei um cara lá no futebol.
Isso o quê?
Todas essas palhaçadas, sabe? O cara tava do goleiro, tava de atacante, cheguei na área, fui cabecear, o cara virou e falou, ah, que não, seu frouxo, sabe? Pô, soquei o cara.
No meio do jogo.
Pois é, como é que eu ia saber?
E ele tinha como saber?
Não tinha, é isso que eu tô falando.
E isso te trouxe problemas.
Eu tô querendo sumir, eu tô me sentindo sufocado. Você vai me ajudar ou não?
Bom, o que você espera de uma terapeuta?
Sei. Pega meu celular, liga pra ela. Sabe? Liga pra ela, fala que eu tô tentando mudar, que eu tô aqui. Liga pra ela, fala que eu tô querendo melhorar, fala que eu tô mudando.
Não é assim que funciona, tá? Mas se você tá arrependido, já é um bom caminho andado, né? Você tá realmente arrependido ou você tá com medo?
Um pouco dos dois. É que se eu for preso, eu não vou preso, né? No Brasil eu vou ter que dar uma cesta básica pro cara e... Enfim, mas é que se eu perder a Lembra, vai ser o fim, cara. Vai, liga pra ela, por favor. Tô te joelho.
Então não precisa ajoelhar. Pode voltar. Volta pro seu lugar. E você acha que a terapia pode te ajudar?
Não sei, né? Esperar um pouco mais da primeira sessão.
Só a primeira sessão, Gilberto. Tem muita coisa pela frente. Vamos trabalhar?
Trabalhar, você vai ligar pra minha mulher, não vai?
Não. Mas olha só, você pode ligar. Dizer como você está se sentindo. Dizer que você veio aqui e ver no que dá. O que você acha?
Vai achar que eu sou um viado, sei lá.
Por que você está falando seus sentimentos?
Eu nunca falei dessas coisas com ela. Eu sempre falo só de futebol, de política, de academia de vez em quando.
Olha
só,
uma grande
oportunidade para você mudar isso.
Para você
Exercitar sua comunicação, fazer esse exercício, e aí na semana que vem a gente vê no que deu, o que você acha?
É o jeito, né? É isso, eu vou ficar na mão.
Tenta se acalmar, Gilberto. A gente se vê na semana que vem? Tá bom.
Bonito. Sua irmã?
É minha noiva.
Oi? Nossa. Melhor de ver dois barbudos se pegando, né? Aí, o coordenador presente pega meu mal, né?
Ok, sexta às 11. Não precisa me pagar, é só a primeira sessão. Você quer que eu te acompanhe até a porta?
Precisa.
Encosta a porta pra mim, Gilberto.
Bom, tem que dar a geladeira. Tem uma reunião cultural. Fico mais tarde. Te amo. Beijo.
Toxic masculinity.
Toxical.
Wow. Wow. 80%, they say, men have that. We can't, and there's three of us, three men, three women. So 80% of us do not have, or have issues with expressing ourselves. Vern, would that be it? John?
I think so. I do know a lot of people who do have problems, a lot of guys who have problems, well, not just guys, but I do know people who have problems expressing emotion.
Yeah.
It's my generation, that was not something that people did, men did in particular.
Right.
Men had to be stoic, had to be emotionless, and it took a while for me to actually get beyond.
Right. Right. When I watched the film, I loved it. And at the end is when they threw out the toxic masculinity. And when that happened, I was like, ooh, I was blown away by it. I love the actress in it. She was so good.
She should have charged him though. I'm like, charge him. He's a big case. You gotta take his money now.
Double charged him.
It was a good script. It's a good script. It's a slice of life that's happening right now, which is what film is really showing, the culture and especially maybe even, well, American too, but they said the Americas because South America was in Brazil.
Right.
And so Latin men are more stereotypical about, had those issues about the role, but people are confused. What is the roles now between men and women and gender and all these things? It's a big topic right now. So I thought it was well done and really well acted.
Oh,
yeah, really good.
The actress was just so good. All right, let's get on to the next film. Let me just talk about live screenings real quickly. We show films that show a world we want to live in, curious films, uplifting films, films that are positive. I do have a suspenseful film or a horror film every once in a while. If it's curious, if it makes me curious, or the cinematography is incredible, or something is just very redeeming about it. We are here monthly, and this year we are changing it so that every other month is films that are up to 15 minutes in length, and then every other months are 1 minute film. So we show 1 minute film festivals from around the world, and these are international. I gather the films from Film Freeway. Now, Katie, are you on Film Freeway? Yeah. That one. Okay. So Film Freeway is a place for filmmakers and film festival directors to come together and submit films. It's great. It's easy. Thank you, Film Freeway. And that's what we do. So it's on a monthly basis here at the Winter Park Public Library, which is what has been putting this on for, I don't know, Marcia, how many years? About 5, 6 years? Yeah. Yeah, we used to be in a little room at their old place. Now we're here. So the next one we have coming up is this the one? This is the one. We have the filmmaker with us. It's called Year Mates, and the filmmaker SJORERD. So George, you're there. I'll bring you on right at the end so you can school me on how to pronounce your name. Enjoy. It's called Year Mates. Let's bring it up right now. Hold your ears.
Kan je dat niet doen? Kan jij je mond houden? Het doet pijn.
Hier heb ik geen zin in, vrouwke.
Waarom doe je zo? Hou alsjeblieft je mond. Wat doen we hier nou?
Wat maakt dat uit?
Precies.
Dus ik
Straks komen we nog te laat.
Nou, verzin dan iets. Zodat we je poenkie
Waar
geen
komt dat
oefening
nou weer vandaan?
ter heimat.
Gisteren deed ik tenminste nog wat.
Ja, niet. Ja. Bla, 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 bla.
Sorry. This was one of the one films I had to show live, but stream it in.
Ja.
Most of them are on my hard drive. And I,
Bla, 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 bla.
Misschien zitten we hier wel door jou.
Of door jou. We balen hier allemaal van.
Ik ook. Dus dat is mijn idee natuurlijk. We willen hier allemaal niet zijn.
Mooi. Laten we eerst eens gaan staan.
Wat doe jij? Aan jou hebben we ook niets.
Auw. Auw. Kap daarmee, Gina.
Oké. Je wil natuurlijk weer op tijd terug zijn. Zodat je alles op kunt volgen. Dat vind je toch altijd zo leuk?
Maar ik denk dat hij niet weet om los te komen, hè? Hè? Zoals gisteren, hè?
Kom. Kom. Laten we een plan bedenken. In plaats van oude koeien uit de sloot te halen.
Oude koeien uit de sloot halen. Sorry hoor, maar wie begon daarmee?
Doe niet zo.
Verbaas me dat je dat spreekwoord kent.
Wat ben jij naast, hè?
En jij niet dan, gisteren? Dit is onze straf.
Door jou.
Door jou.
Toch is het zo.
Ik neem je aan.
sorry about that.
Woord wat ik zei gisteren.
Vanavond.
Ja, zo schat ik je wel in.
Jij verdient het.
Gina niet zo. Gina?
Even weg van een wist ik vannacht niet bestaat. Want ik heb spriksel.
Duw tegenaan dan. Oh. Heb je dan een plan?
Oh, die heb ik al.
Wil jij hier de hele dag blijven zitten dan?
Nee. Nou dan.
Ja. Je kan niet zomaar wat gaan doen.
Dat hoeft ook niet.
Kom op. Actie in de taxi. Oké, als jullie duwen en Gina ook meewerkt.
Ja?
Duwen! We hebben niet de hele dag de tijd.
Toch. Als jij iets meer... Gelijk. Ja? Come on. Ja. Pak. Ja. Loop eens door.
Halt!
Fuck. Dat heeft pijn.
Moeten we niet daarheen?
Nee.
Wat? Nee.
Nee.
Is dat niet een paadje dan?
Kom, we gaan door.
Ja, of we maken ons nu eerst eens los.
Luister, nu even niet, Gina. Kom mee. Help even mee dan. Auw.
Stop! Wat nou weer?
Nou. Hij zit er wel.
Alles voor niets.
Dit meen je niet.
Nee, maar echt?
En nu geven jullie op. Echt.
Wauw. Oh, praat.
Ja, het praat. Praat al de hele tijd, maar jullie weigeren te luisteren. Hebben we alles geprobeerd? Nog lang niet.
Wat is je plan dan?
We zijn jaarsgenoten. Jaarsgenoten. Dit hoort helemaal niet te gebeuren. Oh, kunnen jullie lachen? Maar ik heb de oplossing. Jullie niet. Alleen maar beter van een pitje.
Oké, juffrouw.
Jouw plan, hè? Je ziet. Altijd maar jouw plan. Want wij kunnen vast zelf niks bedenken. Alsof iemand hier iets goed doet. Ik zit fout. Jij zit fout. Vrouwen zit fout. We doen allemaal domme dingen. Zoals gisteren. Geen idee wat wijsheid is. Geen idee. Maar we moeten door. Samen door. Dus hou op met zeiken en luister godverdomme naar mijn masterplan. Kom op meiden, trekken. Trekken! Heel goed, heel goed. Nog even. Ja, kom on. Tuurlijk werkt het niet. Stom.
Wat is er?
Sorry.
Hey.
Sorry, ik dacht echt... ik wist niet dat die dingen... Stom.
Nee.
Gewoon stom.
Hey. Luister, Borgje. We zitten allemaal fout, toch? Hoef je niet te gaan janken.
Dat is niet om te lachen.
Hey. Ging toch goed?
Ja.
Nog één keer?
Kom op. Nog één keer. Hij is bijna los.
Ja. Genoeg gezakt. Kom on, let's go meiden. Let's go!
Fuck. Wat? Hebben we niet gehad? Dat kunnen we zo niet hebben. Oh. Fuck!
Maar nu zijn we echt de zaak.
Dat meen je niet. Fuck!
Zo niet fijn.
Einde van de nacht komt dichterbij. Maar als je voor het einde stopt, is het voorbij. We gaan samen door het wind, terwijl de vriendschap ons verbindt. Op de dagen van ons leven, oh. Samen geschiedenis geschreven, oh. Vanavond gaan we vol beleven, alles geven. Weg van de wereld die vannacht niet bestaat. Want ik heb stikstof in benen. En liefst en rechts, ik zie het onder de ogen. Los van Wacht even, we gaan er in op de zon opgaan. We gaan van de dag even. Wacht even, we gaan er in op de zon opgaan. We zullen ons nog even de tijd van ons even vandaag. Ik heb niets op je benen. En ik ben net in die en voelen zo komen los van de grond. En de benen, en ik ga omhoog.
And we are back, and I'm going to bring the filmmaker in with us.
Hi.
Sjord, is that how I pronounce it?
It's Sjord.
Sjord. Sjord. Hi, I'm going to write this down so I don't mispronounce it. Hi. Wow. What a film. I had no idea when I started watching it where this film was going.
I can understand. Yeah.
So where did you come up with this film?
Well, yeah. So it's basically 3 young students that are in the hazing period of the Dutch Student Association, which is sort of comparable to the sororities or fraternities in the United States. So yeah, where did I come up with it? I first, years ago, started writing a TV series that would take place at such a students association, and I got a bit stuck on developing the characters, so I decided to make a short film with a few of them, and that's how this movie came about.
And Sjord, where are you right now, physically?
The Netherlands.
The Netherlands. Okay.
Nijmegen.
Okay. And I noticed on their shirt they said, "Don't be close to me. Don't find me." What? Yeah, don't get close. What was that? I didn't know. I only noticed on the big screen. We're showing it here. I didn't notice it when I was watching it on my computer.
Yeah. So there's nothing really exciting to tell about it. We needed green shirts, so I just bought those, and and then it turned out there was some text on it.
Okay.
I actually wanted plain shirts with just to write the A. The A is for it's what a lot of students have when they're in those hazing, during those hazing periods. A lot of students wear shirts with A on it. So.
And what does year mate? Is year mate like a sorority? Is that if
so they want to join a sorority, and and they want to join in the same year, so they're each other's year mates because they join the same year. So and they do the hazing period together. So yeah.
Okay, so this was, they were being hazed, correct?
Yeah, they were being hazed. They were being
Okay.
dropped in the middle of nowhere, and they had to get back in time because otherwise they would be punished in some other horrible way. And of course, and when one of the characters says that they are year mates and this shouldn't be happening, it's just they're supposed to become friends for life during this hazing period because they're really going through a struggle together instead of just fighting each other like they first did.
Right. I see the reasoning now behind hazing.
Yeah.
I never knew why they did that.
Well, yeah, that's the idea here behind hazing, indeed. Although I personally never underwent such a hazing period. So I don't know from experience.
Technically, so beautiful. This was such a beautiful film. Oh my! What forest is it in, so that I can go and visit it someday?
Oh yeah, it's close to Nijmegen where I live. So that's in the southeast of the Netherlands.
I see.
Yeah.
Are there any questions or comments from anybody?
What's the little animals or on the shoulder?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I could hear it from the back. Yes. So during this hazing period in the Netherlands, when those students, first year students often want to join such a sorority or fraternity, They walk around in these large shirts with an A on it, and they often have something funny on their shoulder. So like the stuffed animals you saw in this film. So you immediately, if you walk around in a university town, you immediately can see who is undergoing such a hazing period because you can see them from miles away, basically.
They have this.
Yeah.
In this country, the term initiation or hazing, to me, I don't know, has always constituted something negative.
Yeah.
And yet this was so positive in the idea behind it that I look at it a whole different way now.
Right. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I could hear it.
Yeah.
And that's interesting to hear because in the Netherlands there's also a lot of criticism on these hazing periods, and they are way harsher than what I portrayed in this film in this particular moment. There have even been scandals around it, but I wanted to not really delve into the controversy around it, and just show something like even in very horrible times, something nice can still happen if you're
right. The opening scene when they were there, these young women in a forest tied up. I thought it was a horror film gonna happen. That's kind of where I came from it. Short, thank you so much for this film. This is wonderful, and thank you so much for hanging in there with me. We had some glitchy problems, but we got through it, and I think we understood it. Once you submit a film, once you get a film into life screenings, you're in it for life. So if you have another film, by all means, it's free. So waive the fee. Go ahead and email it to me. And yes, I would love to see any of your other works that you have.
Okay, yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, and we'll see you next time. All right.
Yeah. See you next time.
All right. Bye bye. Short.
That's very interesting. That's the great thing to learn about other cultures and with film, to see a different way of life and how people are. But then to me, the universal message of that was how, girls get together, they argue and they make up, especially when you're young.
That is a universal theme, isn't it? Yeah. Well, good. Let's. All right. Or do you have a question?
No, it's just using.
All right. All right. I'll hold.
These films are so short.
Yeah.
Can I run and go?
Yeah, go ahead. The next one. We'll wait for you. Go ahead. No worries. That's quite all right. So we have two more films. One's called Saving Seals, and one's called Punk Floyd. Punk Floyd is only a 2-minute film, and Saving Seals is a little bit longer than that. I like to show documentaries also. One of these, Saving Seals, is a documentary. I always like to leave with something uplifting. So we have two left, and we'll wait for John, right? Steve. Sorry, Steve.
I want to make a 1-minute film now, since you're having the 1-minute film.
Oh, you do? Well,
yeah, you got me thinking.
What do you want to call you? What do you want to do the 1-minute film on? Your dad?
No. I don't know. Something artsy.
Yeah.
Something artistic.
So how many 1-minute films will be in the?
Usually around 30.
That's right. I remember
And then I'll bring in one of the filmmakers, usually the top one of comedy or the top one of documentary.
It's the TikTok of filmmaking.
Yeah, it is. I did put together like 2.5-minute previews of films. So some people make previews, and I have not put that in Film Freeway yet. So that was one of my other options. So you'd have 1-minute film festivals, then you'd have 2.5 minutes, up to 2.5 minutes for previews of films, and then you'd have short films. Maybe I should work on a 15-second film festival. Steve is back. Not John, but Steve is back.
Here we go.
And we are off to South Africa for Saving Seals. Here we go. Hold your ears.
passionate about any animal. It doesn't have to be marine, it can be terrestrial as well. Bird seals, I love dogs, I love labradors, and I think they are definitely the labradors of the ocean. But I think any animal that's going to suffer in this way, humans shouldn't be, because it's an awful way to slowly die like this.
I can't stand the fact that they have to suffer like that. I mean, nobody let their dogs lie around with something cutting into their necks and things like that, and then just laugh it off. I mean, they're not endangered, seals are endangered. So it's not going to affect them if a lot of them die. But to see them die in that way, it's just terrible. And I've been to the rubbish dump, which really ran pushed it home. When I went to a rubbish dump one day where they were dumping all this stuff. And these trucks dumping plastic bags of food, probably from restaurants and people's houses, and the pelicans are trying to get the food, but they're swallowing the packets down. There's hundreds of seabirds, and they're all picking in the stuff, and they're getting. Probably if you've left a whole part of fishing line, string that you just throw in the dirt without burning or cutting it, they get around their legs and they live with that. So that was why I really liked doing it, just to help these animals. Happened to be a weekend, Claire was working a weekend duty and somebody called for a seal. Claire went down and she had a look.
And I came up underneath the jetty, and there was a seal line there with a clear white box band. So I leapt out of the water, I ran straight to the services here, I begged for a pair of scissors, which they didn't want to give me because I don't tend to return anything given.
She ran down again and got on and she tipped it off, and she was so happy with her. She was really excited.
I was like, this is it, I was so excited. I don't think I returned this actually at the end of the day, but that was the beginning of that. So then, of course, ran straight to Vincent because we've been a team like from the very beginning, and Vincent is the guy of the divers, and we started putting together some prototypes of just like really thin pieces of metal with a cut on the end that you can actually get through and just cut the tank off. And that was it. Little things we learned to jump into the water, obviously quite far away from them, very, very quietly. And then always small things like wet your hair, because I think they obviously smell you wash your hair or they'll smell you very quickly. So like get calm water on you, put your hoodie on, put your mask on as well, it just takes the whiteness of one's face away as well. And then you start just making your way really quietly through the jetty. So some of those big floats you have to go underneath. So then it's a case of letting the cooling upside down just along them. Which is, actually, I find it very peaceful, very peaceful. Quietly go along, and then when you come up underneath the seal, it's a case of just holding your breath so that you don't just come up and everything's just completely quiet because you're within like 5 centimeters of the seals. You just put your fingers through the slats, through their fur, and find your entanglements without them waiting out. They're snoring away. Often you can maneuver the seal just by like scratching him and And you'll roll over until the loose side's exposed, and then it's an easy cut. And often if they did wake up, they would like get across and bark and seal next door, like leave me alone. You're already, on your way with your table. It's hard to tell where that music came from, but the things we're taking off most of our strands, they're doing horrible things, and then the fishing cuts, that's awful. Box band is actually quite a nice tool to take to schools and to show that actually your library, smart PlayStation, your TV sets are covered in box bands, and everything that's in the middle of a roundabout is still end up at the sea. So easy for seals being inquisitive and playful to swim through. There are some animals you get to which it's really grown, like the whole line is overgrown, and you just see like two tiny pieces of problems looking over the picture. And that's, no matter how close you are, there's just no way you can get it off. And those are the ones that just want you. And that's just going to be a horrible death some way. So those are the ones that I just kept coming back saying, there must be another way. There must be another way to get these animals. This is one of the really nasty ones. So you can see if it was just one, we might be able to get it through the slats, but it's looking like 1, 2, 3, and that one looks so tight that this is an animal that we would probably most likely have to dart, and that animal's not in good condition at all.
I actually have about that still out of my mind. And that was the one that came back and straight to the office. I said, this has to be someone on the
Almost. I said to them, I know somebody here that has a vet, specializes in anesthetics and sedation, and he's completely, gets so excited about everything. So I said to Claire, chat to Brent.
Looking for your ratios. Then what you're going to do is bring it up, turn your safety. There we go. Nothing, it's just going to make sound. Slowly press it. Killer shot, huh? Well done.
Historically, people believe that you can't dart seals when they're near water, and this is not really untrue because there's a pretty good chance there's water out there, and if you're anesthetic, they're going to drown. So historically, that used to be true for seals, hippos, and a variety of other creatures. But our drug technology and our understanding of physiology has come a really long way in the last few decades.
Okay, there's no one in the line of sight, so we should be good.
You can't be doing this to an animal without legitimate reason that you're going to potentially improve its quality of life, because there inadvertently is going to be a risk to it. And so even though we do a lot of planning, in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, is this going to be the one that comes back and bites me in the ass and potentially doesn't make it through the procedure, something goes wrong. So even though we do a lot of pre-planning and we ensure that we've got adequate divers and adequate watercraft, you always wonder when you see that seal disappearing under structure, you think, I hope it doesn't snag. Is it going to breathe? Are we going to be able to get it out in time? And well, yeah, touch wood, we do, but every single time you're wondering, I hope this is going to work. Yeah, I really, the worst thing for me ever would be to try and help a seal for something and then end up actually harming or killing the seal by doing it.
Ready for the video? There it is. There's that. Take that. It is just popped up. Slowly your clutch. Gentle. Up around high. Two, three. Ja, men det är Three.
People that work at Two Oceans Aquarium, I think after they've done this training now and sort of been exposed to the techniques, this is going to fly. There's so much enthusiasm and passion amongst them for the seals.
They're just so incredibly passionate about what they do, and to them it's normal. You know, that's what they do every day. It's never effort. They love what they do.
So this new method of being able to dart animals will never replace what we're doing, because it's still far better to just actually not disturb the animal. But it will help the animals that we missed. And I think that's, I've got to remember now after such a successful week that I'm still walking away thinking of only the animals that we haven't got, which is good and bad, because it's a huge success, but there are so many that we've seen this week that we know we're going to have to still get to.
The people, they love watching when they see what you're doing, and then they all applaud and clap and tail. And then you just mention to them, now any loop, rope, string, box band, just if you have to throw it away, just cut it. Even if you don't dispose of it properly, at least just cut it.
Wow.
That was great.
What a movie. On the big screen, it was more impactful.
Yes.
I saw you, Marcia, on the edge of your seat. Are they going to make it? Yes. I was going to finish with that one. However, I wanted to finish with something a little bit lighter. How many here remember Pink Floyd?
I do.
Dark Side of the Moon.
Yep.
All right. So this would be a good one to finish off. Yes. Here we go. You know what? No loud sounds. We'll just go right into it. How about that? I'm not that good at it.
Bonjour. Je suis Sarah.
There we go.
Blvd, docteur en musicologie. Savez-vous qu'il existe chaque année un groupe de fanatiques qui se réunit à l'abri des regards dans un champ?
Hold on. Let's start all over again. Maybe I do need to go to that, don't I?
Vous ne me croyez pas? Regardez. Comme les alignements de Karnak ou les pyramides de Gizeh, la pyramide de Pink
Hold on a minute.
est une icône qui suscite la vénération.
We'll get this.
Aussi, chaque 24 mars, date anniversaire de la sortie de The Dark Side of the Moon.
From the beginning.
Bonjour, je suis Sarah Lambert, docteur en musicologie. Savez-vous qu'il existe chaque année un groupe de fanatiques qui se réunit à l'abri des regards dans un champ pour célébrer la date de sortie de l'album de Pink Floyd, The Dark Side of the Moon? Vous ne me croyez pas? Regardez. Comme les alignements de Karnak ou les pyramides de Gizeh, la pyramide de Pink Floyd est une icône qui suscite la vénération. Aussi, chaque 24 mars, date anniversaire de la sortie de The Dark Side of the Moon, ils sont nombreux. Jeunes et vieux, riches ou pauvres, voisins ou lointains, à vouloir se retrouver. Ne les prenez pas pour de simples babas ou pour les membres d'une secte. Ce qu'ils cherchent va bien au-delà de la musique. Si E.T. disait téléphone maison, ses fans se retrouvent pour dire Eureka Pink Floyd. Il paraît qu'on n'est jamais seul quand on a un bon livre. Eh bien, on n'est jamais en panique quand on aime un grand disque. Chaque année, qu'il vente ou qu'il pleuve, qu'ils soient mariés ou divorcés, Mathieu, Solange, Léopold, Kevin, Marius ou Cassandre se retrouvent pour célébrer leur album préféré. C'est pour se connecter à eux-mêmes, pour faire éclipse à leurs soucis. The Dark Side, c'est la face sombre de la lune, mais c'est surtout le bon côté des choses. Ce triangle n'est pas celui des Bermudes, mais celui de la béatitude. Quand on entre dans ce triangle magique, on oublie ses soucis et on plonge dans un monde parallèle. Celui où rien ne se négocie et où tout fructifie. Et quand entre en action la basse de Waiters, les claviers de Wright, la guitare de Jim Moore ou la batterie de Mason, la musique les propulse par-delà les étoiles.
And that was from a filmmaker from France, Pierre Gaffy. And you might have seen some of his films. I've shown maybe 4 or 5 of his films. He had sent that one to me. And that was, I love his stuff. His stuff is very French.
Yes.
Very far out there. I'm going to say goodbye to them, and then we can stay and talk. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get Katie in there. And my co-host for today, Katie Kamola.
Stop it.
Haley. Yes. And for all the filmmakers out there, thank you so much. Please submit. You can submit them through Film Freeway. There's 2 types you can submit to: Film Freeway, Life Screenings International, Life Screenings 1 Minute Film Festival, and Life Screenings just by itself. One is up to 15 minutes. The other one is, of course, 1 minute. Our next one is the 27th of August, and that is the 1 Minute Film Festival, and it will be right here. And I have right now, I think 20 plus films already submitted, so you have another month to submit. You can submit too.
Okay.
And then September 24th, we'll have the Life Screenings International Short Film Festival, just like the one here, up to 15 minutes. Thank you so much,
Thanks,
everybody, for being here. And we will go out with something not loud, something quiet. Bye-bye.